Job chapter 34. Elihu continued. So my friends, listen to me and see what you think of this. Isn't it just common sense, as common as the sense of taste, to put your heads together and figure out what's going on here? We've all heard Job say, I'm in the right, but God won't give me a fair trial. When I defend myself, I'm called a liar to my face. I've done nothing wrong and I get punished anyway. Have you ever heard anything to beat this? Does nothing faze this man Job? Do you think he spent too much time in bad company, hanging out with the wrong crowd, so that now he's parroting their line, it doesn't pay to try to please God? You're veterans in dealing with these matters. Certainly we're of one mind on this. It's impossible for God to do anything evil. No way can the Mighty One do wrong. He makes us pay for exactly what we've done, no more, no less. Our chickens always come home to roost. It's impossible for God to do anything wicked, for the Almighty One to subvert justice. He's the one who runs the earth. He cradles the whole world in his hand. If he decided to hold his breath, every man, woman and child would die for lack of air. So Job, use your head. This is all pretty obvious. Can someone who hates order keep order? Do you dare condemn the righteous, mighty God? Doesn't God always tell it like it is, exposing corrupt rulers as scoundrels and criminals? Does he play favourites with the rich and famous and slight the poor? Isn't he equally responsible to everyone? Don't people who deserve it die without notice? Don't wicked rulers tumble to their doom? When the so-called great ones are wiped out, we know God is working behind the scenes. He has his eyes on every man and woman. He doesn't miss a trick. There is no night dark enough, no shadow deep enough to hide those who do evil. God doesn't need to gather any more evidence. Their sin is an open and shut case. He deposes the so-called high and mighty without asking questions and replaces them at once with others. Nobody gets by with anything overnight. Judgment is signed, sealed and delivered. Sealed and delivered. He punishes the wicked for their wickedness, out in the open where everyone can see, because they quit following him, no longer even thought about him or his ways. Their apostasy was announced by the cry of the poor. The cry of the afflicted got God's attention. If God is silent, what's that to you? If he turns his face away, what can you do about it? But whether silent or hidden, he's there, ruling, so that those who hate God won't take over and ruin people's lives. So why don't you simply confess to God? Say, I've sinned, but I'll sin no more. Teach me to see what I still don't see. Whatever evil I've done, I'll do it no more. Just because you refuse to live on God's terms, do you think he should start living on yours? You choose. I can't do it for you. Tell me what you decide. All right thinking people say, and the wise who have listened to me concur, Job is an ignoramus. He talks utter nonsense. Job, you need to be pushed to the wall and called to account for wickedly talking back to God the way you have. You've confounded your original sin by rebelling against God's discipline, defiantly shaking your fist at God, piling up in indictments against the Almighty One.